Good morning, everyone. This is Ricky Pryor with another encouraging word for the day, and that word is fellowship. Now, the definition of fellowship is just companionship of equals. That's one of the definitions of it. And Jesus desires to have fellowship with us. But fellowship has three ingredients, and I'm going to give you those ingredients. Jesus was teaching on a mountain one time, and all of a sudden he stops and he looks at his disciples and he says, "We've got to go over to the other side." He thought of something he needed to do. Thought is the first ingredient to fellowship. One time he was with his disciples again and he said, "I need to go through Samaria." They didn't realize or understand why he had to go through Samaria. He just said he did. So today, if you think of someone that maybe you need to talk to, you think of someone that you've missed and you'd like to get in contact with or whatever, the first ingredient is thought. The second ingredient of fellowship is time. You have to take the time to do it. God will put a thought in your mind, but then all of a sudden you got time. It just seems to be moving so quick, and we don't have enough time, it seems like, for anything. But you know what? We have to grab hold of time and say, wait a minute, God has put this thought in me, and it's for a reason. So I am going to take the time. Back to the mountain, Jesus thought, I need to go over the Sea of Galilee, and I'm going to take the time to do it. Jesus had a rough schedule. I mean, people were after him all the time for healings and for food and whatever else. But Jesus took the time. And the third ingredient for you to have fellowship, and that ingredient is action. You've got to take action. You can think about it, you can take the time out, but until you move out. Jesus said, let's go over the Sea of Galilee. And they had to, whether it was row that 7 miles, whether the wind helped them in their sails or whatever, they had to make that trip. But it was for a reason. It was for that Jesus would have fellowship with that man on the beach, because the Bible says when he landed in the land of Gadara, the man ran down to him that was filled with 6,000 devils, or it was a Roman legion, and he called his name Legion. Jesus wanted to have fellowship with him. It was for a reason. Back to the story of the little lady at the well. Jesus went through Samaria and he came to Jacob's well, and he met a woman there. And so he took the time out, and then he went to action. He went to where the woman was at the well because he wanted to have fellowship with her. So when you can, if Jesus puts in that thought today, it may just be a thought. Meet a co-worker at the water fountain and say hi to him. Or just speak to someone on break or whatever. It's that quick fellowship, but fellowship will produce something. And what it produces is friendship. So if you will just think about it and take the time out, move up on it through this day today, then there may be a friendship birthed out of some small fellowship that you may have. It may just be a minute or two phone call to somebody. But if you'll do that, then God will bless you in it. So the encouraging word for the day is fellowship. God bless you until we meet again.